welcome to another episode on The Lily Show. And today we are going to be giving you guys back-to-back factors, advantages, let me just say all round of being a father. And guess who we have on studio today is our amazing hip life. I don't know. Sometimes I call him a hip life papa because he has been singing for quite a long time. Let me gist you guys. I used to crush on this guy. Yes, I used to crush on him until when I found that beautiful woman around, and I'm like, oh God, I had to slow down because I don't know how I was going to go about it. But then he has been supporting us at the background. He didn't even know, but I will later tell him, one of our brand, that he has been supporting, and most of us had no idea. And it's none other person than Mr. Okyeame Kwame. And thank you for being with us today. Thank you so much, Mr. Okyeame.
Thank you. You are very beautiful.
Thank you.
Wow.
You don't know you have been with us for a long time.
No.
Yes. You have been with me supranational. Ghana. Yeah.
Yes.
You are the first person who supported us from the beginning.
I
think
know.
as way back as 2011.
Wow.
Yes. And we have been trying to find a better way to say a very big thank you to you for all these years you have been with us. I never left our page. So most times when we post things, we kind of like.
Yes, it's true. It's
And
true.
we really love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Anyway, this today, maybe I will use a statement. Fatherhood is a very sensitive topic.
It
All
is.
right. And you are one of the people I said to my team, we must get you. And the reason is we've seen you show that fatherhood, not just to your children, but to everybody who have come close to you. The way you have been able to carry the fatherhood role, I want to ask, some of us, we say that, you see this social media thing, leave them all, they are not true. But can I ask you, the things you throw to us as a fatherhood vibes on social media, do you practice them in real life?
Wow. Big question. So I try my best that I will live an authentic life. When I was a young person, like most young people, your society will teach you to wear the mask. Wear the mask means when it's necessary, you can even smile when you are frowning in your head.
Okay.
Or frown when you are laughing in your head.
Okay.
So the society teaches you to be able to wear the mask, is to be able to have a persona, to be able to play the role in this drama that all of us have co-created. But as an adult, I've come to see that the highest frequency for a human being to live is to live in an authentic manner.
Okay.
So to a very large extent, maybe to 90% or 80%, everything that I show you on social media in connection with how I relate to my children is facts.
Wow.
Yes, all of it is true.
And you have championed that cause so well that I feel most parents should learn from that aspect of you. And I want to applaud you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I don't want to ask you who a father is because we already know who a father is. But I want you to tell our viewers, how do we say you are now part of that fatherhood circle?
I think a person enters the fatherhood circle when he gets to a point where he realizes that he has brought children into this world, or he is responsible for a group of children. And because of that, he's willing to, one, learn to understand the role properly. Two, be able to sacrifice when it's time for him to sacrifice. And three, to get to the point where he's not transferring his fear onto the children that he takes care of. A father is not necessarily a sperm donor or someone who had sex, or someone who made love and fertilized an egg. So sometimes a father could be a person, you have gone to marry a woman. That woman already has 3 children, and you become an automatic father to these children. How do you make sure that you don't transfer your fear to them? How do you love them and how do you help nurture these children to a point where they become civilized, responsible members of the society in their adulthood? I think that's where father is.
That's very interesting.
Yes.
And from your answer right now, I want to ask you, how do you tell this generation to be more responsible as fathers?
Well, I think that this generation is very responsible. When I compare it to when I was growing up, I remember my father was an accountant, and then he would travel. He used to go to Fanti to go and audit banks. So he'll be gone for maybe 1 week. And by the time he comes back, my mother had written down all the bad things that we did. And then he wasn't with us. And when he came on the weekend, instead of having conversations with us and touching us and sitting down and watching TV and learning together, he has become the whipping man. So it got to a point where we associated our fathers coming home with pain. You know, so even though he's doing everything that he does, paying school fees, buying land, being responsible, becoming the chairman of wherever we go to school, being a part of it, looking at it, even though he's doing all that, we had also a negative associating of our father coming home and coming to beat us. Now, most fathers do not want to be seen as the whipping man anymore.
Okay.
They want to have a relationship with their children. They want to touch them. A lot of my friends say they won't use the same hand that they used to touch their children to beat them. So I see that it's a shift, a paradigm shift in the way modern fathers are increasingly becoming affectionate towards their children and helping them to grow than it used to be.
From my own perspective, I think we've had a couple of challenges regards to these modern fathers, because they are beginning to see responsibility as a 50-50 affair. What do you think?
Big question. But it depends, you know, whether responsibility at home is 50-50 affair or not. Depends on the conversations that you had with the wife before you even brought the children into this world.
Okay.
So, for example, I married a corporate woman.
Okay.
When I married my wife, I think she worked at Unilever or Guinness Ghana Limited at the point. I don't remember. And she was making more money than I was making.
Oh, okay.
So what is wrong with spending some of the money that she's making on the children?
Okay.
And because in a relationship, it is not always that the man has more money than the woman. And sometimes for 5 years, the woman can be making more money. And for the next 30 years, the man is making more money.
Thank you. We are going for a commercial break. When we'll come back, we will continue on this topic.
Late night study sessions, endless assignments, and now these urchins and mosquitoes.
You guys are sitting here gisting. Have you done the assignment Mr. Pachi gave us?
How do we do this assignment? These mosquitoes.
Let me quickly upload this and deal with these mosquitoes.
See miracle. Super Blast Mosquito Spray, the all-natural spray to keep your home mosquito free. Mom, this is what I call a good night's sleep.
Oh yes, baby. With Super Blast, you get to sleep comfortably and wake up refreshed.
Marketed and distributed by Kosharish Ghana Limited, number 5 Sprintex Road, Accra, Ghana. Please call 0243 690 066. Super Blast Mosquito Spray. One blast, total protection.
Welcome back from the commercial break. I want to say a very big thank you to all our sponsors, Kosharish Ghana Limited, the distributors of Super Blast Mosquito Spray and Spray Starch. And I want to say a very big thank you to my makeup artist, Nancy Black. You all know she resides at East Legon School Junction. And I want to say a very big thank you to our wonderful artists that have a special gift for our special fathers, Atu the artist. Thank you and welcome back. So far, or let me say, in the course of this our generation, we were meant to understand that our traditional fathers didn't do so well, and has brought so much challenges for women fighting for their rights. And this generation too are trying to change the narrative, but seems to be taking it in a very different factors. All right. I really would love, from your own understanding, if you can tell us the rules of a good father.
The role of a good father.
Yeah. What and what are they supposed to
Is
do?
it true that our fathers didn't? Our fathers did well, oh, under the circumstances, under the opportunities, the amount of knowledge that was available, the amount of research that was available, the traditions, the culture of the time, the way their fathers raised them. I think they did well. We need to commend them first before we talk about how we can improve it.
The new one.
Yes, because if they didn't do well, we would not be here. Yes. So a good father is the one that finds time to experience their children. A good father is the one, you have the opportunity to father a child. That child is not your property.
Okay.
That child has not come to you. That child is coming through you.
Okay.
A good father is the one that understands that whatever he doesn't appreciate as a human being should not happen to his child.
Okay.
If he doesn't want to be beaten when he makes mistakes, he shouldn't beat his child. Whatever causes him stress, a good father is the one that understands that he mustn't pass it on to the child. One of the most important things that children look out for is if you are in a relationship with your mother or with their mother, or even if you are not married, how much respect do you show their mother?
Okay.
Because no matter what you do for a child, build the world for the child. If they see you maltreat their mother, that child, it will be tough for that child to love you. So a good father is the one who shows respect to that child's mother, no matter the circumstances.
You heard him right. A good father is the one who shows a good respect to the child's mother. That's a wonderful analysis.
It is true. Because I see whenever I am home with my wife and I show her love, I see that my children just come alive.
Wow.
Yes, and whenever there's tension between us, I see that they coil. So I can see that children want to see their father, who is the dominant force in the home, show respect to their mother. It's very important for children.
Is it true that mothers are more celebrated than the fathers?
Oh, that's true. Now don't finish the question. That is completely true.
Why do you think it's true?
Because you see that people buy houses for their mothers, and on their father's birthdays or on Father's Day, they buy them singlets and towels and shirts when they are buying cars for their mothers. But I don't think, like I said, I don't think we need to measure. I don't think we need to compare or compete, because the mother's role in the child's life is her presence, is the child seeing the mother physically give her life. What the child sees the father do is protection and sponsorship, but they see their mother physically gives them life. So and they see I used to be in your stomach. You know, there's that
kind of connection.
Yes, there's a connection between.
In the essence, there shouldn't be a jealous part of mothers more celebrated. It should be something we should be happy.
See, for me, I know that when I die, my children will read a nice message about me in my obituary. Fathers, we don't do this to be celebrated. We do what we do because we want our children to be responsible, disciplined, purposeful, focused. We don't do it so that our children will celebrate us. Not at all. Not me. I don't care whether my children celebrate me or not. All that I want is whether I'm alive or dead. By the time my children are 25, they are choosing good spouses. They are honest. They are nationalistic. They are purposeful. They are driven, and they are disciplined. That's what I want. Immediately the children can get there, I can die with a big smile on my face.
That's very interesting. And in those years, let me say, our predecessors, there's this things I wanted you to kind of give us a clarity about. They said most of them in those days give birth to children so that they can end up helping them. As a father, do you think that is the best way to understand the job of a father?
See, there's something in Africa that we call the black tax.
Okay.
The black tax is when a boy or a girl graduates from school, he starts working as a cameraman or editor, and then immediately he starts taking care of his parents. And then immediately school fees is shifted upon him. And then immediately he is saddled with the responsibility of pausing his life and using his lifelong savings to be able to take care of his parents. I think that is one of the key reasons why we are not developing generational entrepreneurs. So I don't think that it is a child's responsibility to take care of his or her parents. The parents must find ways of contributing towards SNET and saving towards their own old age, saving towards their own sickness, saving towards their own weakness, so that when that dark times come, the child will not be the one running around looking for a loan or selling their car or not starting their businesses because their parents are sick. I don't say this in an arrogant way at all. Of course, there are times where there are accidents happen and unexpected things happen. But to a very, very large extent, as a parent, it is not my wish that my children grow up to come and take care of me. I want to be able to save something for a rainy day so that my children will have the freedom to express themselves knowing that their parents are good. But if something happens and you are unable to do it, then I think that it is good for the children to take care of their.
All right, let's go for a quick commercial break. When we'll come back, we will continue on this particular topic. Stay tuned.
Wrinkles? No! Abro Spray Starch, giving your outfit the crisp, clean, and professional edge that defines true elegance. Abro Spray Starch, step out and stand out.
Mr. James. Hello, sir. How may I help you? Mr. James!
Wow, you look elegantly beautiful.
Thank you.
At this point, I'm no longer sick.
With Abro Spray Starch, elegance is everything.
Wow! What did you use on your dress?
Abro Spray Starch does just the trick.
Wow!
Abro Spray Starch, elegantly bringing out the confidence you need.
Marketed and distributed by Kosharish Ghana Limited, number 5 Spintex Road, Accra, Ghana. For inquiries, please call 03690-066. Abro Spray Starch. Elegance is confidence.
All right, welcome back from the commercial break. And I want to say a very big thank you to all our sponsors. Stay tuned as we continue on this conversation. Mr. Chairman, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you too.
The reason why I pumped my last question to you was this generation is beginning to think differently. Yes, we understand there could be some assumptions of our predecessors that we are not going well with the way things are right now. But some of them were also taking things out of proportion and was also affecting that fatherhood that we talked about. And that's why I pumped up that question. And I would really love you to give them a very wonderful advice regards the last question that I asked you in terms of being so self-centered when you bring your child into the world just because of that ideology they have that the child grows and they don't take care of them and ended up taking care of their mother. If you can give them an advice regards.
You know, if you have a pinch of morality dropped in your brain, you know that once you bring a child into this world, that child is your responsibility until they grow, leave your house, and become responsible in the society. So if that is your plan, please don't bring a child into this world. Enjoy yourself without bringing a child into this world. There are so many things you can do. You can use condoms, you can do vasectomy, you can do a lot of things. Don't bring a child into this world. You don't need to already. There's 8 or 9 billion of us. The world is too small for 2. So don't bring a child, have a good time. But if you bring a child into this world, please let that child feel your touch. That's all I want to say.
You've heard him. If you know you want to bring a child into this world, you must stand on what it takes to take care of that child. Mr. Kwame, I'm going to ask you a very funny question. It's not funny, but it's based on our conversation so far. I want to ask you as a father, did you train your kids religiously or you train them in a traditional way as a father?
So for tradition is the things, artifacts and ideas passed on by by our forebearers. No, I don't train my children traditionally.
Okay.
I also don't train them religiously.
Okay, so how do you train?
I train my children using science
Okay.
backed by data.
Okay.
Research. I find out, okay, my father used to beat me as a child. I didn't like it. Should I beat my children? What is the science saying? So I will go and look at the science that is connected to beating of children and find out that what are the scientists saying. If 97% of the data that I'm reading says don't beat your children, I'm not beating them. So I do not raise my children the religious way, because religion sorts of deals with belief and faith. Faith is defined as the beholding something that yet unseen. I don't want my children to do that.
Okay.
I want my children to be able to look at things from two good perspectives, one from belief and another from doubt. So it is the dribbling between belief and doubt that creates a center where they will be able to make scientific decisions.
Okay.
So I don't want them to just believe. I want them to doubt as well. And religion deals with belief. So I don't raise my children. So I raise my children with science and evidence and experiences and learnings that we have co-created and co-learned. I raise my children using a culture that I have co-created with my wife and my children based on their strengths, their weaknesses, my strengths, my weaknesses, everybody's voice, creating that collective unit of the Insiapel family where all of us are co-learners and co-creators. Yes.
Okay, and while you give me this answer, can you also tell our viewers which way do you think that is best as a father to train up a child?
I don't think that there's one way to train a child.
I think your pattern has been working for you, though.
But to be honest, I don't think I have the right to call myself a good father yet.
Why?
Because my son is 16. Until a human being has raised children who have become responsible adults, you are not a father, you are a daddy.
Please, what age? What age could you describe a child to be?
For a man, I think it's 25.
25.
Because by 25, his frontal cortex is fully developed. His idea of what is socially acceptable and socially non-acceptable is completely developed. At 16, sometimes my son is in the university at 16, he's studying law. And sometimes he does things that I'm thinking, you are in the university and you are doing that. I remember he is 16. Do you get it?
Yes, I do.
Girls are a bit more circumspect than boys, as I've come to see. Because I see that the part of their brains responsible for socially good behavior is a bit more active and it grows a bit more quicker. So this is not my belief. This is a long-term study done by Dr. Amin, who is a neuroscientist. This is, I'm quoting his study. So if he's wrong, I'm also wrong. But at observing my wife and my daughter, I see that women grow a bit more faster in the pre and the frontal lobes than boys.
As a father, do you feel you contributed so much in creating that peace environment for your home?
I think the peace in my house is predominantly co-shared, co-created, but I think that I, as the leader of the pack, I created that peace.
I am so happy you said this, and you are so proud to own up to that peace.
Oh, yes.
Please, for our co-fathers who always feel I want peace at home. Please, can you advise them what it takes to have that
to have peace at home? I think that the first thing that will let a parent be able to, and I say this, I think this one can go across board, not just my style, is for the father to have emotional resilience and to have emotional control. Because if as a father, you are always shouting and always throwing tantrums and always angry and always giving your wife the cold shoulder, if you are consistently doing that, you are creating an energy around yourself that your children will pick, and they do it to each other and they do it to you as well in reverse. And before you realize, there's no peace. So the first one is emotional control. The second one is the ability to sit down and be quiet with your children, where you meditate together. So sometimes I sit down in the evening. When my son has ADHD, which is attention deficit disorder, therefore he's unable to focus for a long time. So because of him, we started meditating. And when we sit down and we meditate as a family, I see that the energy in the house calms down. The next thing is how you respond whenever something untoward happens, something that you didn't plan for. Maybe a child insults someone, a child has become rude, a wife has become rude. You yourself, you have done something bad. Not reacting, but responding. So if the father is consistently saying sorry to the children, if the father is consistently saying please, if the father is consistently picking them up and wiping the water off, if the father is consistently speaking with gentleness and kindness to the wife, it creates that atmosphere that the children also emulate.
Mr. Kwame,
Yes.
I'm about to come to the end of today's interview, but I want to ask you one more question. How do you discipline your kids as a father? I mean, you have a boy and you have a girl. And I understand that these two people are two different genders with two differences, okay? How did you deal with their differences in gender qualities and how you do the discipline?
Two very tough questions. How do I discipline? Let me deal with the discipline first. So my father, there are two key types of discipline for children.
Yeah.
So there's the negative reaffirmation and the positive reaffirmation.
Right.
Negative is a child does something bad, so you take a cane, whip him, or you insult him, or you scold him, shout at him, so that he realizes that the next time he feels the urge to do the same thing, he realizes that particular action is tantamount to brutality or insult or anger or the disturbance of the energy in the house because of that action. And then there's positive reaffirmation, where every time your child does something wrong, when he picks up a book to read by himself, when he gets good scores, when he says please, when he says sorry, when he quickly goes to close the door so the mosquitoes don't come in, you reward them with a nice touch, a hug, kind words, a visit to the grandmother, some cash. So for me, I didn't know, maybe 4 years into when my son was about 4, that was when I came to the scientific knowledge that negative reaffirmation can cause a certain psychological problem in their future called overthinking. Where it gets to a point that if they are making a decision, because a child doesn't know that what he has done is morally wrong. Or legally wrong or emotionally wrong. The child doesn't know. All that he knows is that he made a mistake and he was beaten. So once that child grows up to become a minister, he doesn't take initiatives because he's afraid that making a mistake, even at his level, is tantamount to criticism. So that is overthinking. And I think that is one of the key problems why Africans don't make aeroplanes and cars and generators and don't develop our own electricity, because we have the...
As we are coming to the end of today's program, it's been very wonderful interact. I can tell you that I'm so happy that I...
Me too. I'm also very, very happy.
And I also want to use this opportunity to say thank you for being a wonderful father.
Up and coming.
A process further. And we can end this program with us saying we have a tradition we do in our program. If you look at that, there's something, a card cube. Yes, you can take it. say car queue, so you can sort it out and pick one, read out the question and answer.
So the question is, what impact did your father make on your life?
Okay.
Hey, my father was an amazing father, apart from the beating. But even that one, look at the way it turned out. So my father was, he was a general manager at Bacchus Limited when we were growing up. And so he had taxis, about 3. So whenever he returns from work in the evening, he will take one of the cars and go and drive for maybe 2 hours and get the chalk money for the next morning.
Oh,
And every time he went out in the night, he took me.
oh, that's
Because my father loved me so much. My father and I were like twins. He used to take me everywhere. That is exactly what I'm trying to impact on my children.
Our sponsors want to say thank you for being part of.
Is it your shop?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
For being part of a wonderful fathers that we talked about. You've not changed.
Oh, Charlie, thank you.